Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how I created this look right here. I love the peach undertones that are happening in the eyeshadow with just a little bit of definition, you know, in the crease and in the cheekbones. It's very neutral, very soft, very subtle, and yet still very feminine and beautiful with a little bit of that highlight, and it looks just like I am glowing from within. So if you guys want to see how I created this look, then just keep watching. Let's get started. We're going to use the Smashbox Studio Skin today on my Morphe M439. And one of the things that I've learned with this foundation is you have to use a lot of pumps of it in order to get semi-decent coverage without it looking splotchy. So this right now that I'm starting with is 2 pumps. And you can still see like a little bit of my redness poking through. You know, I have a little bit of texture and some pimples or scarring going away right there. So it's like my skin is still showing through, and that's even with 2 full pumps of the foundation. So I'm gonna just go ahead and add a little bit more to the spots that I want some added coverage, and then blend that in. I'm going to use the Hoola bronzer as like the warm toned bronzer, and then I'm going to go in with NYX blush in the shade Taupe as my contour shade. Just going with Hoola because maybe I'll like it enough that I don't need to contour afterwards. Okay, I want to add a teeny bit more definition, just like a shadow. So I'm going to go in with the NYX blush in the shade Taupe and just subtly carve that in, and then we'll blend that out. I'm actually going to take my foundation brush and just kind of pat right there because I pulled the bronzer a little too far down my cheek. Let's go in with my brows. I'm using the Brow Gal by Tonya Crooks and her brow pencil and spoolie, or not pencil, brush and spoolie, and I'm going in with this middle shade. Okay, so there, my brows done as much as I'm willing to fuss with them for today. I forgot to do my concealer when I did my foundation, so I'm just using a little bit of the Milani Retouch and Erase just to like cover my dark circles. I don't want to add too much. And like, do you see this little pimple right here? I'd like never put my hair behind my ears except for when I'm doing my makeup. And with little things like that, I feel like I notice them way more than anyone else ever does. And so why worry about it? If it's basically going to be hidden behind my hair, it's just putting a ton of concealer or makeup is just going to make it worse anyway, and no one's going to notice it regardless. So I just kind of don't really care about some of those really hidden pimples. Now I'm going to go in with blush. I'm using the Studio Makeup blush in the shade Sahara. Whoa, that's pretty intense. Okay, I'm going to just blend that in a little bit with my bronzer brush right there, and I'm also going to take my foundation brush and just soften that edge with it. Kind of blends that blush in a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to set my face with some of this guy. I'm going to use the matte side for under my eyes. Right here where it like tends to get oily on me throughout the day. And then this guy, it's like white, and it does have just the teeniest pigment, so I like cleaning up my contour and brightening the center of my face with this powder. The other side has highlight, so I'm just gonna take a fan brush, dust into that, and then just subtly start building up some super natural highlight. This is not like a shimmery intense highlight. This is a very, very subtle one. So I'm going to hit all of the places that I would normally highlight with that guy first, and then go in on a more precise brush, this guy, and touch into my Artist Couture shade, and then being really precise, just getting those high points of my cheek and the tip of my nose. I'm going to prep my eyes with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I use this as an eyeshadow base because it removes any of the like discoloration and veining that's happening on my eyelids, as well as it has a really great hold for eyeshadows. And if I messed up on my brows, it cleans up underneath your brows really well too. Some people like the color Soft Ochre. That's much more like yellowy undertoned versus this one that's a little bit more gray or pink. And because I have such pink skin and my foundation is very cool toned, this works best for my skin tone. Today I am going to go in with my Z palettes. So these are just mostly Makeup Geek and MAC. But the main reason why I wanted to use this today was because I have this shade right here, which is Paradisco, and it's a Frost eyeshadow by MAC. And I don't know, I've been wanting to dip into this guy. I'm going to start with Peach Smoothie in my crease. She's just going to give my crease a little bit of definition and act as a good transition color. You can see what that did on one eye versus not on this one yet. Like, it doesn't look like I even have anything on really, but it just gives enough of definition to like not make my eye look flat like this one does. I'm going to grab Hoola by Benefit and use that on the same brush to just deepen up the crease right there and give it a little bit of shadow, because I'm going for a very soft, neutral eye look. I'm not doing anything smoky today. And I really want to make that lid color pop. So I don't want to detract from it, I just want to enhance that color by giving it a little bit of shadow in similar warm tones so that it'll work with that orange pink glitter shift of the Paradisco eyeshadow. Before I do anything else, I'm going to grab a matte eyebrow highlight. And then we'll go back into the brush and just kind of blend those together. Sorry, I didn't tell you what shade that was. That guy for my eyebrow highlight was Vanilla Bean by Makeup Geek. I'm just going to lick a MAC 242 brush on one side and pick up some of that pigment. Actually, you know, that's coming off a little bit more pink than I thought it was. So I'm going to add some gold to bring out the orange shift in that in a second. Okay, so once again, wetting my brush just with my tongue because my MAC Fix Plus isn't right next to me right now. And I'm putting this from inner to outer corner and all the way up to the crease. And then once I get to this top part, I kind of go back and forth and blend that into the eyeshadow that I had already laid down. But now that it's just looking a little bit too pink, I'm going to go in with a gold. This is like a yellow shimmer color by MAC. I honestly do not have the name of it. And I'm just going to try and give myself like a little halo eye look by brightening up that center with that yellow instead of having it all be flat pink. There you go, that's looking a little bit better. Another coat. I could have licked the brush for this guy, but I don't want to get all that pink stuff on my tongues though. Now that I have my lid color on and I'm looking at the look as a whole, I want to define that crease just a little bit more. So I'm going to go into, which color should I do? I think Cocoa Bear. Yeah, I'm going to go into Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek, which is a darker red undertone brown. It's not super dark, like it still is medium toned, but for me, it looks pretty dark. And just super softly, like I'm being so, like the amount of pressure that I'm putting on my eyelid is nothing. It is just dusting it over that area right there. But that defines my crease a whole lot more. I'm grabbing that eyeshadow brush that still has that light pigment to try and blend that spot right there. Because if I continued to blend with my initial brush that has the brown pigment on it, it would just take that color that much higher. And I don't want to do that. I want to, if anything, bring the lightness down. So now we just blend from crease to eyebrow bone. Make sure that there are no harsh edges. And then we get to do the fun part, which is always my favorite, the lower lash line. I think it just brings the look together so much. So for the lower lash line, I'm going to go in again with Peach Smoothie down here, which is what I used as that transition color. So it's really not going to do much besides give me a nice foundation to work with on this lower lash line and add a little bit of warmth. And now I'm going to go in with Cocoa Bear, tight line my lower lash line basically, and only in the outer half. Have it meet with the stuff that's happening right here on the corner. And then I'm going to grab a different pencil brush. This is my white pencil brush for my highlighting shades, and I'm going to put that Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder right there in the inner corner. I love that. Inner corner highlight is my favorite. Inner corner highlight and the nose highlight are like the two things that I love when I do it to my makeup. Like, so many people enjoy doing this part, or at least it seems like that's their favorite part in YouTube videos, but for me it's the inner corner highlight and that little touch right there on the nose. Okay, I'm feeling naked without mascara, so let's do that next. And now we just gotta pick lips. What color to do? I definitely don't want to go bold. I don't want to go too pink. So, we're gonna go nude. Big shocker. I haven't used this shade in a hot minute, and I used to love it. It like stayed in my purse all of 2016, I swear. This is Olivia by Stila, or Stila. Yeah. I want to get a little bit of a lighter color, maybe just a lighter gloss for right there in the center of the lid, of the lip. I'm trying to figure out if I should use Marc Jacobs or in Sugar Sugar or this bareMinerals gloss in Forbidden. Add a pink element or just nude. Nude. Okay. So this is Marc Jacobs Sugar Sugar. Okay, there we go. That is the finished look for today. I hope you guys like it. Let me zoom you back out so that you can see it. I think it's interesting that that blush started out so ultra pigmented, and then once you just get the rest of your look together, I don't know, it just doesn't seem as bright anymore. In fact, I could probably add a touch more of just whatever was left on that brush. Okay, there we go. That is the finished look for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, the links for everything will be down in the description box below. You guys can check those out, or if you feel like you've missed a product or if I forgot to mention it, that information will be down in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!